Welcome. Thank you for joining us for the 6th District Unites, a democratic celebration and call to action. My name is Kathleen Mason, and I'm a core team leader with Indivisible Rise Newburyport, one of the groups co-sponsoring this event. The 6th District Unites is made up of chairs, officers, and members of Democratic town and city committees and regional activist organizations from across the Massachusetts 6th Congressional District. In 2020, it is more important than ever for Democrats to join forces to protect what former Vice President Joe Biden calls the soul of our nation. Our Democratic candidates engaged in a very spirited and well-fought primary season. Tonight, in a show of unity and strength, you will hear from candidates who asked for your vote this season. A high school teacher launching her first run at elected office against an entrenched State House Republican. The son of a milkman who rose to become a United States Senator. A lifelong environmentalist running to put climate change front and center at the State House. And finally, you will hear from former Vice President and Democratic nominee for President, Joe Biden, with his call to action. We hope you enjoy this evening's program, and please vote for Democrats on races up and down the ticket on or before Tuesday, November 3rd.
Thank you, 6th District Unites. You know, Donald Trump is a uniter and not a divider. He is uniting Democrats like we have never been united before, because we realize we have an historic challenge that we must answer. And so I thank all of the 6th District Democrats for uniting, for working, for texting, for Instagramming, for calling, for doing whatever it is going to take in order to ensure that Donald Trump is sent to the ash heap of history. It is absolutely our job as Democrats from Massachusetts to lead the way. And 6th District Democrats have always been leaders. This is our time. It's 1932. That's the year that we're in. We're in a Great Depression. We have a healthcare crisis. We have an irresponsible, criminally negligent president in the White House, except Herbert Hoover was not even a pale shadow of what Donald Trump represents to our country and the threat to our future right now. So thank you all for everything that you are doing, 6th District Democrats. Let's get out there. Let's work hard. Let us do our historic job of relegating Donald Trump and Mike Pence to the history books, and then move on to a future that matches the ambition that our country has to have for every single family. Thank you for everything that you are doing. Let's not agonize, let's organize for these final 6 weeks.
Hi, my name's Diana DiZoglio, and I humbly serve as state senator for the 1st Essex District. It's absolutely imperative that Democrats are united this fall in support of Vice President Biden and Senator Harris and Democratic candidates across the ballot. I know we seem to say this every 4 years, but this certainly feels like the most consequential election in my lifetime. What happens on November 3rd and over the coming 4 years will shape this nation in a truly dramatic fashion. Vice President Biden and Senator Harris and Democrats down ballot across our communities are the change agents we need in this unprecedented time. Let's all come together this fall for a strong victory this November. Thank you.
Hi, this is State Senator Joan Lovely, and these are the Lovely Labs. This is Pippa, Maddie, Ivy, and Charlie, and we are here to promote 6th District Unites, to re-elect the great Democrats across the 6th District, and they are right behind me. Ed Markey for U.S. Senate, Seth Moulton for Congress, and of course the Biden-Harris ticket for President and Vice President. So the Lovely Labs say, vote 6th District Unites for the great Democrats across the 6th District and the Commonwealth. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm State Senator Cindy Friedman and I represent the 4th Middlesex. And I'm just here to say thank you for everything you're doing to get Democrats elected up and down the ballot. I don't need to tell any of you how important this election is, not only to us, but to the entire country. So thank you for all that you're doing. And I know with your commitment and your energy, we can get Democrats elected to the White House, keep them in the House, and take over the Senate. So thanks for everything, and here's to a great outcome in November.
I'm Amber Hewitt, Democratic nominee for state representative in the 1st Essex District. We are living in a moment that demands the very best of us to rise to the challenges of today and tomorrow and realize a future of resilient, healthy communities. A livable climate, social, racial, and economic justice requires each of us to act on the conviction that it's possible. So please join me, make a plan to vote, and mobilize everyone you know to do the same. It's time to connect across difference and gather around what unites us.
Eckert, and I'm running for state rep in the 2nd Essex District. It is more important than ever that we elect Democrats up and down the ballot. Democrats will defend our reproductive freedom, will keep us safe from COVID, will protect our seniors, will champion racial justice, and will fight for green energy, clean air, and clean water. So when you get your ballot, vote for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, and then go all the way down the ballot and vote for Ed Markey, for Seth Moulton, and for your Democratic state rep. Democracy depends on it.
What can you do to help elect Democrats in November? Watch. The 6th District Unites features messages from more than a dozen 6th congressional district, state, and national Democratic leaders. It's a call for Democrats to act together in these last critical weeks before the election. Please share the video widely, including through your social media platforms.
Hello, fellow Democrats. This is Lori Ehrlich, proud state representative for the 8th Essex District, consisting of Marblehead, Swampscott, and part of Lynn. With less than 7 weeks to go until the end of the election cycle, I don't have to tell you that our country is in crisis. We've not only been lied to over 20,000 times by the current occupant of the Oval Office, but his administration is actively eroding the institutions that protect us in order to consolidate his own power. This is really dangerous stuff. But we must never forget that a majority of Americans have a notorious capacity for hope and compassion, along with the courage to stand up and speak truth to power. Fellow Democrats, this is our time to come together and vote like our lives depend on it. I look forward to voting with you and seeing you out there, and let's go Democrats.
Hi, I'm Christina Minicucci. I am the state representative from the 14th Essex District, representing North Andover, Lawrence, Methuen, and Haverhill. I'm so excited to be here today. 2016 was a real blow to all of us, and it feels like a long slog since then, but this is it. The push is on. We've got another few weeks to the finish line, and it's time for us to turn the White House blue and to keep Massachusetts blue. So thank you, and talk to you soon.
Hi everyone, this is State Representative Trom Wynn of the 18th Essex District. I'm here with Daisy to talk about why unity is important for this November's election. This election is indeed a battle for the soul of our nation. There's a clear choice between truth and deception, compassion versus cruelty, justice versus injustice, and we want to make sure that we keep American values true by voting blue.
Good afternoon, citizens of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. My name is Michelle Mullett, and I'm running to become the first female and first Latina state representative for the 20th Middlesex District in Massachusetts. It's the year 2020, and everything is at stake. This election day is a day of reckoning. Let us gather our collective strength, energy, and resilience to show a unified Democratic Party. Thank you for being in this fight.
My name is Teresa English. I'm running for State Representative 22nd Middlesex District. I'm proud to stand with other dedicated public servants. We come from many places with many goals, but unite for the common purpose of service over self and the betterment of our Commonwealth. Working together, everything is possible. Organize, phone bank, volunteer, and most importantly, vote.
Hey everybody, State Representative Rich Haggerty here. I represent Woburn and Reading, and I just wanted to take a minute to encourage everybody to elect Democrats up and down the ballot. It's never been more important to have a unified voice in our party and for the values we all hold dear. I want to join you and so many others across our state and across our country electing Democrats, standing up for the values that are critical to our party and our country, and joining hands and working together to see that happen come November. Thanks so much.
Hi, this is Governor's Counselor Eileen Duff, and I'm here to speak to you as friends and Democrats. This year, more than ever, we need to unite behind our party and behind our candidates up and down the ballot. I don't need to tell each and every one of you how very important this national election is. We are in a constitutional crisis. There is no doubt about it. So now more than ever, it's time to be tough as Duff and get off your duff and work. We need to win this, and together we can do it. Let's not complain. Let's just get to work. Thanks, everyone. Stay safe. Bye-bye.
What can you do to help elect Democrats in November? Act. Choose an option that works for you. Help candidates reach more voters through a donation. If this is an option for you, donate to one or more of the candidates you met in this video or to other candidates you're following. Your time and energy are always in demand. You can participate from home through a phone bank or text effort. You can join a socially distanced group holding signs right through November 3rd. Visit the website on your screen and in the comments section below the video for more information on how to help the candidate of your choosing.
Hello friends, Lisa Peterson here. A lot's happened since we last got together to talk about my run for the 6th Congressional District seat. The whole world has turned upside down. You might remember from my run that we used to say that we were running for Congress because it was never about me as a candidate. It was always about you. It was always about elevating all of our voices and making sure that we were being heard. And that sentiment has never been as true or as applicable as it is right now. We're just weeks away from one of the most consequential elections in our nation's history. And it's up to us to make sure that it goes the right way. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are strong choices for president and vice president. In your case, in my case, they might not have been our first choices, but I'm excited to vote for them because I know that they're going to be willing to be held accountable. And we can start doing that as soon as we elect them and they get inaugurated. We know that the current occupant is not going to be held accountable, so we need to do everything we can. And I know you are, and I encourage you to keep that up. I see you online doing phone banking and texting and writing postcards and talking to your friends and family. In my case, I discovered that 2.9 million Americans are living abroad and are eligible to vote, and sadly only 7% of them do. Especially this year with all the attacks on our mail-in voting opportunities and our mail system in general, it's only gotten so much more confusing. And so that's why I'm coming to you today from the Brandenburg Gate in Berlin, Germany, here where I am helping to make sure that everybody knows what to do, how to vote, and how to get their ballot to their home state and their home district all across the United States, and that every voice and every vote is counted. So, so keep it up out there, stay healthy, make good choices, and in the words of the late Rep. John Lewis, let's get up to some good trouble out there. All right, love to you. I'll see you soon. Bye.
Hi, my name's Jamie Zalloway Belcito, and I'm a former congressional candidate for the 6th District of Massachusetts. I thank the Democratic committees for asking me to speak on behalf of why the Democratic Party must create a message of unity as we move forward to the November 3rd election. I myself made a decision to become a Democrat in 2016 because I felt that there was a message not just of unity, but of inclusivity within the Democratic Party. This is a message that resonates with Americans who may not have been enrolled in a party before, like myself, or who are questioning what allegiance to what political party should they be leaning towards during such a time of distress. And the Democratic Party is offering one not just of unity and inclusivity, but one of leadership. We are in a dire time in our country's history. Folks are struggling with access to health care, with getting their kids into school, with losing their jobs, and not knowing what the future brings to them and their families. The Democratic Party is saying, please come with us. Please know that we are here to represent you, your family, your communities. We want you on our side. We want to hear your voice, and we want to work together to unify this wonderful country once again so that we can all feel as if we are in this together. And that is the key to a November 3rd win of a Biden-Harris administration, not just for the Democratic Party, but for the people of this country. I look forward to working with the Democratic Party in the future and making sure that everyone's voice feels heard. Thank you.
Hello, this is Angus McQuilkin, former candidate for Congress. First off, I want to thank all of the people watching this video who got involved in my campaign for change. As volunteers, as contributors, it is something I will always appreciate. I think we can take pride in the campaign that we ran and in the issues that we raised. I also want to thank the more than 15,000 voters who showed confidence in me and who gave me their vote. I will always appreciate that too. You know, I was born a Democrat, and I've been involved with campaigns throughout my life, as a candidate, as a campaign manager, as a volunteer. And what we need to do as Democrats after a hard-fought primary is unite. We need to come together and support our Democratic nominees up and down the ticket. So I'll be supporting Seth Moulton in his campaign for re-election in this election cycle. Frankly, the alternative is unthinkable. The Republican candidate in that race, John Paul Moran, he said he decided to run because Mike Pence encouraged him to. I think that tells us all that we need to know about John Paul Moran. I hope he says that over and over again during this campaign. We have a president who will not commit to a peaceful transition of power after he loses this election. So we need to dig in. And we need to win, not just win by a little, we need to win by a lot. So we don't give them any excuse to try to throw this election to the Supreme Court. And I'm particularly excited to support the many women who are running for state representative in our region, because we have an opportunity to create change right here locally by helping to elect these great candidates that are taking on, in many cases, longtime conservative Republican incumbents. Let's make sure this is a Democratic year across the board, in the Massachusetts legislature, in our Congress, in the U.S. Senate, and in the White House. Again, I want to thank you all for your support and involvement with my campaign, and let's all work together to make sure we have lots of victories to celebrate on November 3rd, or whenever the votes are counted. Thank you.
Hello, Democrats and activists. Thank you all so much for joining me this evening. I'm sorry I couldn't be there in person, although, let's be honest, nobody's really meeting in person these days. Look, it's one of the greatest privileges of my life to serve you and to fight for you and your families every single day. So thank you for your support and confidence in renominating me to be your Democratic nominee for Congress. It is an honor. And thank you for your time and energy. No matter who you supported in this year's primaries, it makes a difference and it matters for our Democratic progress. I want to especially thank Jamie and Angus and Nathaniel for running and sharing their ideas. We all agree that it is time to fix our healthcare system, attack inequality, create jobs, and fight back against climate change and gun violence. Having open and honest debates and discussions about leadership, priorities, and representation makes us stronger as a party and as a nation. Because there's a time to debate who the captain is going to be, and then there's a time to be a team player. And our team here in the 6th District is stronger than ever. We turned this seat from a toss-up where national Democrats had to spend money to hold onto the seat every 2 years to a seat that lifts up others, bringing more Democrats to the table nationwide, as well as right here in Massachusetts. In a few weeks, we have a choice. We can rally together and put an end to the era of Donald Trump's fascist, racist, sexist agenda, or we can double down on division and put the final nail in the coffin of American exceptionalism by re-electing President Trump and giving him majorities in the House and the Senate. The stakes have never been higher. In the days ahead, that means taking the fight to Trump acolyte John Paul Moran right here in Massachusetts and working as hard as we can to elect a new generation of Democrats who know what it means to serve America. As my friend and mentor Joe Biden says often, right now we're in the battle for the soul of our country. And when the future of your country is on the line, you go out and you fight for it. Everything we care about is on the ballot this November, and the stakes are too high for our kids and our families for us to fail. So thank you for all that you've done and will do in the coming weeks. I'm committed to electing Joe Biden as our next president, and I look forward to fighting alongside you to make it happen. See you soon.
What can you do to help elect Democrats in November? Vote. You've already planned your vote, but what about your friends and neighbors? Remind them to vote in the general election. Introduce them to a candidate you support. Learn about the options for voting this year and then share that knowledge. Need some specifics? Visit the website on your screen and in the comments section below the video for helpful links and information on how to vote in the November election. Together, we can win in November. It is more important than ever to donate to Democratic candidates we want to see victorious in November. If you are able, please donate to one of the campaigns you see here tonight or to other Democratic candidates you feel are essential to building a blue wave. Any donation is appreciated. Together, we can achieve victory. And now, ladies and gentlemen, former Vice President and future President of the United States, Joe Biden.
Hello, Democrats. Thank you all for your service to the Democratic Party and to our country, especially in these tough times. I wish we were meeting under different circumstances this year, but instead we're separated by a deadly virus. Far, far too many Americans have died. We have more COVID infections than any other country in the world, and millions are still out of work. And we're grappling with the legacy of systemic racism, which has kept us for too many years from realizing our full share of the American dream for so many Americans. Today, we're dealing with multiple national crises all at once. We need real leadership, and we need it now. We need leadership that recognizes the real threat of this pandemic, that doesn't just wave a white flag of surrender like the president has. We need leadership that brings everyone to the table, to rebuild an economy that works for working families, creates millions of good-paying jobs for the future. We need leadership that strives to finally deliver on the founding principles, ensure that all men are not only equal at their creation, but treated equally throughout their lives. Because this is a challenge we're unwilling to postpone. Folks, I refuse to postpone. The soul of America is at stake in this election. That's the reason I decided to run. That's why I stand united with every single Democrat in our shared mission to beat Donald Trump and restore decency, dignity, and leadership to the White House. We have to do more than just beat Donald Trump. We have to keep the House of Representatives, and we have to win the United States Senate. And we have to lead and deliver meaningful change for the millions of people who are hurting all across this nation. That means we need strong state parties, strong county parties, strong Democratic organizations at all levels across every single state. The stakes have never been higher, and that's not an exaggeration. So we have to work harder than we've ever worked. We need to stand up as a nation, to stand with the Black community and the Latino community, the Asian, Pacific, and Pacific Islander community, to stand with workers, to stand with every person who's ever been knocked down, counted out, or left behind. If we stand together as one America, we'll win the battle for the soul of this country. Our children are counting on us. We can do this, I am positive. This is the United States of America. There's not a single thing we're unable to do when we do it together. So thank you. Now let's get to work.
COVID stopped us in our tracks, There can be no turning back, not going back to normal. Let's build back better, build back better. COVID teaches us the facts, testing systems to the max. We can't ignore the science. Let's build back better, build back better. Inequality of wealth and inequality of health. Healthy lives and healthy planet. Let's build back better, build back better. Miami floods to Amazon burn. Climate tells us we must turn. Unite for green recovery. Let's build back better, build back better. New Delhi skies were a smoky stew, but we've seen them turn to blue. Restore our living planet. Let's build back better, build back better. Millions march from state to state. Racial justice will not wait. George Floyd died before our eyes. Let's build back better, build back better. Justice, climate, COVID too. Side by side we'll make it through. Our future's tied together. Let's build back better, build back better. Now's the time, strike out fear. Sing out loud so all can hear. Power up, change is coming. Let's build back better. Power up, change is coming. Let's build back better, build back better. Build back better, build